all right. Producer Rod, how's it going? What do we got here today?
How's it going, man? We got the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft.
A Kindle Scribe, bro?
Yeah.
It was your idea to do the live streams. You clearly don't watch them. I've been crapping on the Kindle Scribe since I heard about it. Going on 2 years now. Why would you agree to get a Kindle Scribe? The same company that didn't even know that, hey, if you give people tools to move files, they may want to move more than one. That Amazon? Look, have you seen the form factor of the Scribe?
Dude, it's all new this year.
Oh, it's new?
Yeah. New form factor.
Oh, wow.
New pen.
The design does look pretty decent. The bezels are
Those
symmetrical.
bezels,
I like that. I like symmetrical bezels. You know I like symmetry. You know I like symmetry. What else?
Panos Panay's theirs this year.
Wait. Panos Panay is at Amazon?
Yep.
Are you serious? My boy Panos never goes wrong.
Panos
He don't miss.
Don't play.
He don't miss. You saw what he did with the Duo? You saw it. You saw what he did with the Neo.
Exactly. What about the Neo? It never came out.
I knew you were going to bring up the fact that the Neo never came out. I knew it. A rare blemish on an otherwise flawless resume, okay? Just Panos won't let us down. He won't let us down. We're going to have writing tools, drawing tools. We're going to be doing technical drawing on this. We're never going to have to look at the Note Air 5C again. We're never going to.
It's like the Remarkable. Very limited tools.
So if this is not going to replace the Note Air 5C, and without tools, it's never going to do that, what is this going to replace for me?
The Remarkable.
Oh. The Remarkable. I get it. How's it going, everyone? Roger here, rants about tech. If you're new here, welcome. Consider hitting the subscribe button for me and to the crew. Let's go and get them likes. Actually, subscribers over there, likers, wherever the like is at, you just go ahead and hit that like button. Your chat crew, you guys know who you are. All right, so today's unboxing first impressions is going to be about the Amazon Kindle Scribe 3rd generation, and we got the color variant here. They call it the Colorsoft. It ain't soft though. It's far from soft. But this thing right here has got color, and I have really high hopes for color from Amazon. And for them, a color note-taking tablet is a first. They have a new design this year, and they got my boy Panos Panay. I have a PP jar for the live stream. Every time I say Panos Panay, I have to put a coin in the jar. I've only ever put a controller in the jar, my PlayStation Pocket. It's in there. It's worth a few coins. If you don't know, I have a live stream from Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. It's a really good time. And if you are around and available at that time in the morning, consider joining us. But during that live stream, I talk a lot about Panos Panay and my obsession with the guy and how he does great presentations and how I feel like his standard is so high that he wouldn't let a subpar device go out of the door without his stamp of approval saying, I approve of this. And because he's at Amazon now, and this is the first Kindle, this might be the first full launch from Amazon that Panos Panay has overseen, would be this device right here. And I'm really excited to see what this thing has in store. No, it will not replace. I'm already know, before I open it, I already know. I saw the early reviews. I know you saw them too. It's not going to replace my Note Air 5C. It's not going to replace the Note Air devices for anybody who loves Onyx Books devices. It's not going to do that, okay? The hopes were high. I was hoping it would. Again, live stream. I was all over it. But what it could do is give me option above and beyond maybe a Viwoods, what they have to offer, or maybe what Remarkable has to offer. I doubt it. Nothing tells me that anybody can beat Remarkable in the build quality and design department and software intuitiveness. No one's touching them. Now, they don't have a lot of tools. Again, okay? They're for the mass majority of people, but not for the people on the fringes, right? People who need a lot of tools or people who just need something even more simple than what Remarkable offers. But the point is, I don't think they're going to be able to overtake what Remarkable does, even though that's clearly who they're shooting at right now. They're taking shots at Remarkable. Listen, over there, my Norwegian buddies, you better put your helmets on, okay? You're getting shot at. And with a lot of ammo, because Amazon's got a lot of money. They keep a stock. But the point of the matter is, that's who this is squarely aiming at. And I'm just trying to see, can they out remarkable? Because that's what they would have to do with this for me to care about it. They would have to out remarkable. Can they do it? Let's find out. All right, so like I said, we have the Amazon Kindle Scribe Colorsoft right here. And we also have the case that accompanies this device as well. We'll take a look at this thing too to see how we like it, but we'll get to that after in a bit. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the stats for this particular product. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the stats up here, the ones that are interesting to me anyway, but we're also gonna take a look at the site to see what they have to say about their own product. Let's do it. All right, so we're on the Amazon site here, and we have the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft 64 gigabyte, and that's the one I have here. And this came in at $679 is the cost of the actual device, and that's before the case. All in total, I think with tax and everything, it came out to about $888 for this particular piece of equipment right here. So not cheap, and that's why I say it's encroaching on Remarkable Paper Pro and the things that Remarkable is doing over there with their newer devices. People complain about that price as well. Let's take a look and see what we have on that front. All right, so for the Remarkable Paper Pro, we have a price tag of $629. So this is coming in at about $50 more than what Remarkable is offering. So if you thought Remarkable, the Paper Pro was expensive, yeah, this is going to take the cake on that one. And that's why I say they have to out Remarkable with this device. To charge more than what Remarkable charges, it has to meet the quality standards that Remarkable sets, it has to meet the design standards Remarkable sets, and it has to meet the ease of use that Remarkable has set with their Paper Pro devices. And this, we're really talking about Remarkable's operating system because it's the same operating system on all three Remarkable devices. So what we have here is an 11-inch Kaleido 3 display. Built-in front light, new Colorsoft display, custom built oxide based display, delivers high contrast paper light color that's easy on the eyes without distracting flashes when writing. They're taking a direct shot at Remarkable with that without distracting flashes when writing. Thin, light, fast, 400 grams, 4.5 millimeters or 5.4 millimeters thin. So not too many technical details about this device. So we're gonna forego this right here and go ahead and take a look at what we physically have inside the boxes here. All right, so first up, we're gonna open up the Scribe 3rd Gen here. Just talk about the packaging. I really do like that they're going with the all paper packaging here. Not a lot of bleaching because of the brown background. I mean, they got a picture on here, but one thing I don't like about this packaging is this big blue banner that makes everything look crazy. If you're gonna go with a brown base, why have this blue banner here? I get it, it's an Amazon color. Just throw Amazon in the top, bro. Get rid of the blue and then you got a nice package, okay? Just leave the whole thing brown if that's what you're going for. I mean, come on, look at this. Just doesn't look, I don't know. It's throwing me off. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Actually, we got some stats on the back here. Can we zoom down on that, editor Rod? All right, appreciate you, bro. All right, so we have an 11-inch glare-free color soft display, auto-adjust front light and adjustable warm light, fast performance and natural writing experience, write and color across notebooks, documents and books, import documents and PDFs right to your device, use AI to search your notes and get quick answers, refine and summarize your notes with AI notebook tools, convert handwriting notes to text and share, and access millions of titles in the Kindle store. I'm assuming the writing or the reading experience on this is going to be top notch. I don't think anyone can touch what Onyx is doing with the books products and the Neo reader, but we'll see what they got on this. Other than that, we don't have anything else on this particular box. So let's go ahead and open it up. We have a nice paper pull tab right here. Let's go ahead and get that off. All right. And we got another one up here. Go ahead and get that off. All right. Let's go ahead and open her up real quick here. Oh, I was about to talk big crap. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can we see this right here? It's like a drawing or something like that on this. I don't know if the light is catching it right. Super interesting though. I thought, wow, they got a crazy amount of adhesive on here that just looks silly. But it's a kid under a tree reading a book. Mere color unspoiled by meaning and unallied with definite form can speak to the soul in 1,000 different ways. Oscar Wilde. I have no idea what that quote means. It sounded like a bunch of gibberish to me. Smarter people know that was good. I'm clearly not one of them. Moving on. So this is what we left here. I really do like the presentation. I really love that they're putting the paper on here. Some directions to show you what buttons were, some diagrams to kind of point you in the direction, labels to tell you what these things actually are. Would be nice if they printed that information on the paper like a lot of companies are starting to do. Not a lot, only a few. But when they do it, I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, I really do like that it's really nice and neat here. You can tell they're going with recycled materials. Kudos to you, Amazon, for that. I like the pen. It's just because it's a white pen. You don't really get packaged in white pens that often. And man, let's go ahead and take this off. Put this over there. It's got some weight to it. Yeah, this thing has definitely got some weight to it. I tell you, it feels good. It feels really good. Is it balanced though? Let's see. Oh, it's got, okay. My thing is, if I can grab the pen like I'm going to write, rest my hand, and then let it go and it still stays there, it doesn't tip this way or tip that way, it's a nicely balanced pen. And then I can grab the tip of the pen back again and start. This is nicely balanced. Really nicely balanced. Rubberish tip on the back for the eraser. Come on. Come on, stop playing with them. Stop playing with them. They know what they're doing over there, Amazon. Panos Panay. Panos, if he's Panos is nothing, he's about those details, okay? They're not going to escape him. Balance, nicely weighted. The button is, let me see. Okay, the button is in a good spot. It's not going to get in the way of me trying to hit it when I'm writing. I like that. I mean, it is just a cylindrical tube, but I don't consider this landfill trash. I'm looking at you, Onyx. I don't consider this landfill trash. This is a pretty nice button eraser. Feels good, got a nice weight, super balanced. I could throw a ceramic nib in here if I wanted to. I like this. I like this. So as far as, I definitely don't consider this landfill trash like I consider most styli that come packed in with devices. I just consider all of them landfill trash, with the exception of what Remarkable offers. If that's not packed in though, never mind. Moving on here. Let's go ahead and take the device out of the package here. Okay, I like the way it feels, but we're going to set it aside for right now and look at what else we have in the package. All right, so the next thing we got in the pack. Ooh, now I praised Viwoods for the braided cable that their V-Reader. That's what I'm calling it. V-Reader. I'm sorry, V-Reader. Okay, you got it. Yeah, so I praised them for packing in the braided cable in their V-Reader. So I like to see stuff like that, quality stuff, especially if you're going to charge the most I've ever spent on an eInk device. It better come with a braided cable. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on. So I like this. We're definitely going to take advantage of that. Moving on. Next thing we got in here, I think these are probably going to be the nibs. Yeah. Only one type of nib it looks like. I like the fact that this box is made in a way that you can't pull this thing all the way out. You can't slide it all the way out. It's meant to it's meant to pull open and then stop, so it doesn't fall out. And now you got two pieces. That's attention to detail. See, the thing with me is when companies pay this much attention to detail with something so inconsequential, that just bodes well for the device, right? That says that they probably paid a fair amount of attention to the actual device itself, okay? That's just a good foreboding, okay? All right, so let's put this away because we'll probably never, ever use those because we'll probably never, ever use this pen. Next thing we have here is just a bit of literature in here. Who cares about this? Let's put this to the side too. So I think that's all in the box. We're going to put that aside and go ahead and take a look at the device. All right, so here is the device here. This is what we got, and let's go ahead and take the wrapping off here. And we'll just go ahead and do this. Can we? Oh, this is nice. Okay. All right. This is, wow. Okay. What we got here? Yeah, I'm liking it, you know? I'm liking it. It feels super thin. they they added a little notch right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, like on the Remarkable devices, how they have that little notch, like simulating stacks of paper or whatever. That's so funny. Now that notch may not be for that reason. This may be for the pen, letting you know where to put it at, because I don't see that on this side. So that's probably what that is. Okay, Onyx. Onyx, you want me to show you something? You want me to show you a design decision that you probably should make with your devices as well, and show you how real designers design stuff and pay attention to detail? Let me show you. This button right here is up high enough that it's not going to affect the pen placement and the spot that they want you to put the pen. Can we see that? This little notch right here is clearly where they want you to put the pen at, and it's probably where the magnets are. Let's go ahead and test that out. Yep. Whoa, would you look at that? Would you look at that, Onyx? Their pen sticks to the device. It's EMR, and I can pick the device up by the pen, and it holds the device. This is crazy. I mean, Jay, are you seeing this? I had to call Jay out. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I've been saying for a long time, Remarkable is the only company that does a pen attachment correctly, because they're the only company that their pen actually attaches to the device and stays there. And you can actually hold the device with the pen. That's how strong the magnet is. Because you know why they care about that? Because it was intended for the pen to be there. And when you intend for the pen to be there, you make sure that the technology you're using is going to allow the pen to stay there and make sure the pen stays there. You're not going to skimp out and be like, well, we want the pen to stay there, but it costs too much to afford to put that in the device. So we're just going to have to put the crappy 2 penny, 2 cents. We're going to put the 2-cent magnet in there. Does it stay? Does it stay, Johnson? Barely, bossy. If the wind blows wrong, it's going to knock it off. Well, that's all that matters, my boy. That's all that matters. They don't care. They don't care. So anyway, Remarkable cares, and now clearly Amazon cares. That's shot number 1. That's a small thing. That's a very small thing. I may be the only person in the world that cares about it, but guess what? This says that, hey, we intended for you to do something with this. And we made it so that you can do that. Onyx puts a button on the device and was like, yeah, we made the pen for you to put it on the side, but guess what? You're not really going to be able to do it. A, the magnets are too weak, and B, we got buttons that are hindering the effectiveness of the magnets because the buttons are in the place where the pen should be. Oh, I wasn't supposed to go on a rant with this. I've done this all week long on the live stream. Again, live stream, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever, Monday through Friday. Don't miss it. I beat a dead horse long enough. Can we get a ritualist over here to raise the horse so I can beat it to death again? I'm sorry, no animals were harmed in the making of this video, I promise you. Yeah, so I'm liking their attention to detail here. Knocking it out of the park. Right now, Amazon is knocking it out the park. But so is Remarkable, right? Who clearly that's who they're aiming at. So at least they haven't fallen below the standard that Remarkable has set yet. Bars. We don't have any other I/O other than the power button we have here, right? We have the USB-C port down here for charging and maybe data transfer. It looks like we have a microphone down below as well. We do not have speakers on here, but it does have Bluetooth, so you can wirelessly connect speakers, or maybe you can even use the USB-C for your headphones. I don't know, maybe, but definitely Bluetooth. Okay. Other things about the hardware that I'm liking. All right. First of all, they have They got the feet on here, okay? So that's going to help you keep the device in one spot when you're trying to write. I love that. All devices should have that. All devices don't. Tech feet, coming soon. rantsaboutTech.com if you haven't heard. I like the bucket metal housing, right? It's like a unibody housing for the device. I love that. I love the symmetrical borders on here. Love that. It's just, they did a really good job. I didn't think the eInk devices were ever going to get to a point to where they would have borders this thin and symmetrical. I never thought we'd get there. But we're here. And if anybody were going to do it, it would be Amazon. So kudos to them for figuring that out. And then just making this feel so solid. This feels solid. And not for nothing, I'm not going to hold you guys. This screen feels like you could use harder. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I don't know what they're doing with this. I'm going to have to do some tests on this to see if ceramic or harder materials will scratch this. But this feels amazing. It doesn't feel like bare glass like the Remarkable device does, or like some of Onyx tab devices. Those devices don't have writing films over them. They're just bare glass over the display. It's textured glass, but bare glass nonetheless. This was supposed to be textured glass, molded glass. Whatever they're doing though has made it feel really soft. It has some drag. It introduces some drag to your writing, which is what you want in a writing surface. You don't want it to be super slick, right? I'm not sure. And this is a super note nib here, and that it feels incredibly good on. If I was writing on any other glass screen, it would sound glassy and feel glassy and unappealing to write on. This feels good to write on. It doesn't sound glassy or feel glassy. I'm going to have to dig into what they're doing with this and to see if we can use ceramic on this, because right now it feels and sounds like I can. More to come on that though. All right, so I really do like the button here. It feels really, really solid and stable. Like no flex in this device at all. It's super sturdy. It's super sturdy. But I do like the all metal design. I like the feet. I like the build quality right now is on par. The design right now, I thought the roundness of this back would be unappealing to me. I really did. It's not as round as I thought it was. So I don't know if we can see that right here. I thought the edges where it goes from the screen side to the back side, I thought that roundness right there was going to be a lot more pronounced. And as you can see here, it's not really. It's just rounded enough to not be sharp, right? I like that. That's cool with me. I just didn't want it to be a slope, right? Yeah, that would have bothered me a lot because I don't like those devices that have slopes in the back. Like the Manta has that slope, and I don't like that aesthetically. But this looks super clean, super symmetrical, super clean. No matter where you grab it from, it's going to look the same. This is really nice. They've done a heck of a job with the design and so far the build quality. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the device on and see what we have software-wise. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this device on here. And right away the front light turns on, so we're going to have front light on this device here. So again, the internals on this I'm going to be testing to see how fast it is opposed to other devices, but I'm guessing this is going to be a pretty snappy device. We're going to go ahead and go with English here. Yeah. United States. This is super snappy. This is on normal tablet level snappiness right now for me, and I've just been pushing buttons, so that I'm not. I know that it's a hot take. You know what I'm saying? It's a hot take, but it feels super snappy, and I get that feeling right away. If they want to pull me away from Remarkable, they're going to have to have some kind of ecosystem. Maybe a smaller device, The syncing, I'm assuming, would be pretty good on these devices as well, just like the Remarkable devices, because their syncing is excellent. You have to pay for that excellence, but it's excellent nonetheless. Set up a Kindle. Set up on this Kindle or set up with your phone. We'll set up on this Kindle. I should have set up on my phone probably, huh? But we'll keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and put my password into this. We'll be right back. All right, so to connect the device to your account, you have to create a code on the device, and then you have to go to the website that they send you to, amazon.com/code, put that code into that particular field, and then it connects the device to your account. So it's I'm signed in apparently, and we're gonna go next. All right, so that took a couple minutes to go through the first loading screen. And the newest experience. So it's going to go through an update. It said this would take about 15 minutes to do. We'll be right back when that gets done. All right, so that took a minute. I'm not sure how long. I'll put the time up right here, but that took a little while. I could have done a whole bunch of stuff. I ate pizza, played some Switch sports. Listen, that took a minute. Anyway, though, we're here, and I'm really excited to get into the software because, like I mentioned before this whole update experience, they've done a really good job with the hardware. The attention to detail is off the chain. I really appreciate that. So let's see if that translates over into the software. Next, we're going to look at the paper-like clarity of Kindle. Your Kindle uses a special type of screen that's designed to look and feel like paper. You may notice the screen flash occasionally. This helps keep everything crisp and clear as you read. That's the refresh technique of eInk. It's just as a byproduct of the technology. It has to flash to refresh. And when it does that, it gets rid of ghosting, makes everything nice and neat. That's just the consequence of, again, the technology. Create a passcode. I'll do that. We'll set up a passcode later. Goodreads Kindle. I like the presentation so far. The home screen is something that I've read a lot about and how they organize it, so this is not really a surprise to me, but I do like the way that it looks now seeing it in person. Now, I really do like what they're doing with the colors here. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Does this translate over into the video here? We got the 4K going, but I like what they're doing here with the color. I really do. I'm going to put the color chart up here in another video to compare it against actual color LCD and then other eInk displays that are color enabled. And we'll see how it compares against all those things. But just looking at it right now, I really think it looks good. It looks really good in my opinion. Let's go ahead and I'm just talking about the use of color on these books here. Now the refreshing that's going on, it doesn't seem like they have a fast refresh mode happening right now. And it does, okay, so there's a shortcut right there. There we go. Okay, so can we change the refresh mode to something a little more faster? Something that lessens the quality, because that's a trade-off when you do eInk. You're getting a better image, but the refresh is going to be a little more drastic, and it's going to need to refresh in a way that's going to show you that crisp, pristine image. But when you want faster image scrolling, you're going to take an image hit in the image quality department. So things are not going to look as good, but they're going to scroll faster. I'm willing to take that hit at certain times, right? And as long as they let me configure this to say I want that at this time and I don't want it at this time, that would be great. If they don't, we'll talk about it. But that's the kind of flexibility you get with books devices from Onyx. And I've gotten kind of used to that. But it would be nice to see that here because that kind of non-fluid motion is something that a lot of users who don't know the technology well would be turned off by. So we got brightness and we can change the color temperature here. The brightness is kind of bumped up a bit. Oh, whoa. So this is what it looks like without any brightness. That's pretty dark. I so want to compare this to other devices, but I'm not going to do that in this video. But this is, just looking at it, this is a lot darker than I think the other devices are. Again, stay tuned. I'm going to do some comparisons. Live, again, the live show, I'm definitely going to be doing comparisons on there. So 10 a.m. to kind of whenever, Monday through Friday. Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, it's not till you get to 7 till you even notice anything. And then you start to notice the brightness. Then I think I'm going to keep it at about right here. That looks good to me. About 14 looks about good to me. And as far as warmth goes, Oh, it does get super cold, huh? I'm gonna go with 7. It looks like what happens here, it looks like you only have quick notes. Whatever this is, let's get started, a tutorial or something or other. And then you have your library here. And then a store. So library, that's just a library. Oh wow, it pulled in some of the books I bought off Amazon. That's cool. Sapiens is really good. Sapiens is a really good book. Workspace. I think this is where the note taking happens. More, we have your lists, Goodreads shelf, web browser. So it does come with a web browser. Navigate your Kindle. You can navigate your Kindle using the tap and swipe features. They swipe down from the top of the screen to quickly change settings like, okay, I guess we found that one already. Is that it? That's it? That can't be it. I don't think that's it. But if that's it, somebody hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Are the others? I've never had a Scribe, so I'm not sure how the operating system works. But that seems to not have gestures other than a shortcut menu right there. All right, so moving on. So that's what we're looking at here. I think this is the Notes app right here. Create notebook, create folder, add book or document. Okay, so create notebook. Oh, you get a nice little set of templates here. I like this. We got quite a few, right? And again, the colors just look good. The front light is needed, and it seems like the background is a lot darker than normal Kaleido 3 displays that I've used. Ooh, they even have legal pad with a yellow. Holy, we gotta do the legal pad. We gotta do the legal pad. Come on now. So right here we have reading and writing on your Kindle. To turn the page, swipe anywhere or tap the sides of the screen to change the settings. Tap the top area of the screen to open the main toolbar. Tap the back button to close your book. What back button? I don't see a back button. But maybe it's, oh, there will be a back button on here. Okay, change the settings. Tap the top area of the screen to open the main toolbar. All right, just like the other part of the UI. I love this. If Amazon were to come out with a smaller companion device with as good syncing as the Remarkable, on the hardware tip, it's on par with what Remarkable's doing. They're holding up. They're holding up their end of the bargain on that end. The software-wise, like I said, it's very very reminiscent of what Remarkable does. Just it's done differently though. They're not taking the Vywoods and the AI note route and copying what Remarkable has done with their operating system and just tweaking it a little bit. They've gone a whole different route with theirs, right? And they have their own unique way of doing things and their own unique look to their UI. And I like it, especially with their colors and how they're implementing it in the UI. It's phenomenal. Case in point, this yellow legal paper. Just brilliant. Excellent use of color. And by the way, yellows don't really get done that well on Kaleido displays, in my opinion. This is probably the best looking yellow I've seen. We're gonna see if that holds up in the yellow in writing, but man, this is great. All right, so anyway, let's see what we have here. We're gonna try the fountain pen because my friend Aaron over at 2530 Media says I should. And then we're gonna go with green is the best color that Kaleido produces, so it's not a surprise to me that green is defaultly selected here, but we're gonna go with black. And we're gonna just try to write something here. What we got? Can we erase? Oh wow. Look at that. And this eraser feels really good too. That's one of the things I've said about Remarkable's pen. Their Marker Plus for the Remarkable 2 has a rubberized back tip to the pen. It feels so good. They didn't copy that on the Pro pens. It doesn't feel as rubberized. So I really praise them for that approach, and I really like it when people do things like that. This feels really good. It doesn't feel like a tip that you're writing with. It feels like a tip that you're taking something away with, right? I love that. I just don't know if this is a stroke erase if it's, I don't know if it's pressure sensitive or not. It seems like they have a gap here. I'm not sure if you can see that gap that they have there, but it's there. But that gap leads me to believe that it might be pressure sensitive. So moving on. Let's see how this pen writes. And I think this is a felt tip they have in here, like standard felt, but we'll see. All right, first off, Aaron, this fountain pen is like the fountain pen that Viwoods had and that eNote had when they first released their software, that they both have gotten better at. This is that. They haven't gotten better at it yet. So the fountain pen, caca. But it's just too harsh. Whatever pen we got here. We got the pen, we got marker, we got pencil, we got shader. We'll go with the pen. We'll go with the pen. How does the pen feel? All right, so as far as writing on this with felt, it feels really slick. You do get some drag, but I'm telling you, it doesn't feel as good as the ceramic. This Supernote pen works on every EMR device I've ever used that's for note taking, but it doesn't work on the Scribe. Interesting. Okay, so as far as the writing experience goes on here, I'm not in love with their tools for writing. I've seen better. So they definitely have work to do with the tools. It's not bad. I'm just saying I've seen better. Very workable. Like I said, this is the quality that Viwoods and eNote and Penstar with the eNote started out with. This is the quality that they eventually moved on from and got better at, and I totally anticipate Amazon moving on, getting better, and making this look a lot better and less harsh, because this looks a little harsh to me still. At least you get shading on the pencil. You get tilt on this, right? Yeah. They got nice. This screen has nice drag for ceramic or for felt. I really do like the coating on this screen. It's really good. I like it. So you get a selection of pens, you get a selection of highlighters, and then what is this? Oh, it's erase. Okay, that's the eraser. Cool. So I don't see a stroke erase on here. That's interesting. That is not totally surprising, again, since they're targeting Remarkable squarely. Remarkable doesn't have stroke erase on their device either, so that's not a total surprise for me. Yeah, I don't like the way they can definitely do something about this, but as it stands right now, I really don't like the way this looks. Let's select this, right? What kind of options do we get? We get, I think this is a copy, cut, delete, and what is this? Oh, we can change the color of that now. That's an improvement over the Remarkable Paper Pro. You can't change the color of something, and that's one of the things I don't like about that system, is because once you've written something, you can't change the color of it after the fact, even though it's a color device. You have to rewrite it. That's something that you can do on Onyx Books devices, though, and I really do enjoy that. Anyway, let's change this to red. Okay, cool. I like that. Now that's very cool. That's very useful. And you can resize it here. That was a flash for the resize. You can resize it here. We see a bit of inverse ghosting here with the white artifacting. Can we move this? Yeah, okay. And it moves pretty fluidly. This isn't bad. It's just not the best that I've seen. Ghosting. I don't think we have a way to kind of clear the ghosting up on here either. Oh, there we go. It does it on its own, I guess. There is no way to auto refresh, right? Okay. So no auto refresh that I've seen. There's no gesture to refresh that I've seen. What kind of share options we get? Share selected page, share entire notebook, share page. Send to Gmail, convert text, send to Gmail, send to, what do we got? Yeah, I don't think that's nothing extra there. Let's take a look at the Reader app real quick. All right, so we got 21 lessons of the 21st century here, and it's definitely not as full-fledged as something you would see in the eReader, not the tool set anyway. You basically get a way to change the font size here. and change the font type. And you do get some layout options here, it looks like, as well. So yeah, there are tools here, but nothing as extensive as you're going to find on the Onyx Books products. Yeah, so keep that in mind. All right, so just going through some quick bird pictures that I found on YouTube through the browser. So I'm just using the native browser on the device to pull these pictures up. It does a really good job of the reproduction. I gotta say, I haven't done any testing. I haven't compared it side by side with anything just yet, but I gotta say, this is the best looking color e-ink. I don't know what they're doing. They have really done an excellent job. The dark colors are there. The darks usually don't make it in e-ink. As soon as it gets dark, things get muddy. Not so on this display. And I haven't even gotten the brightness all the way up to kind of punch the colors, and it's on normal, not vibrant either. So keep that in mind. So there are things I can do to make the colors look even better on this display. But they look phenomenal. I don't know how they're doing it or what they're doing, but they've done a crazy good job of the color reproduction on this device. Again, I got to do testing, but just looking at the colors and the reproduction on these birds, the feathers, the beaks, super crisp. No details are washed out in the highlights. No details are muddy in the darker areas and the shadows. It just looks really good. The best I've seen so far. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that. So that's how I feel. And the best I've seen so far up until this point was the Note Air devices and the eNote Pro. The colors on there are phenomenal. Nowhere near as sharp as what we're getting here, though. Like to me, there's what the Note Air series of devices is doing with color. Then there's what the eNote Pro is doing. And then there's this, which is a far distant number one, in my opinion. Just rough opinion, first impressions looking right now. Yeah, and if I'm wrong, I'm not far off. If I'm wrong, they're still ahead. They're just not ahead by as much as I think they are. But how this looks like right now, they're ahead of everybody else, period, point blank. There's no question about that. I did notice the refreshing wasn't always sharp and on point. It had to refresh a number of times, and there's no way to manually do it. It has to automatically do it. All right, so just to wrap this up, they're holding their own in the hardware department, okay, with Remarkable. And this is who this is aimed at. As good of build quality, as good, if not better design too. This is a really good design. The best image quality in Kaleido that I've ever seen, Kaleido 3 being the technology that displays color on this device. It's the best implementation of that technology I've seen to date. So good hardware. Software on par is what Remarkable. So this is aimed at Remarkable. If you look in the market for Remarkable, you may want to look at this device, right? So this is one of those things. This is not going to replace your Onyx devices, but it does give you a really good option. And if you want the best looking color that Kaleido has to offer, this is it. It's right now for me, until I do further testing. Yeah, I really do like it a lot. So the glass screen gives me pause. I gotta work with that. I'll let you know how I feel about that. My mind may change in the morning. So good hardware. It feels super snappy. Software is it meets the baseline of the tools that you need to get things done from what I can see right now. I'm going to have to test it to see how the organizational and the indexing tools are. But we'll get back to that in subsequent videos. Get subscribed, you don't want to miss that. But this is a very solid machine. I'm not mad at it. I thought I would be upset that it doesn't replace my Note Air devices, but I'm not mad at it. For what it does, the package you're getting with this, I am not mad at it at all. That's going to be my first look at the Amazon Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. This is the 3rd generation of the Scribe here. And it feels like they may have something here. It feels like it may not be what I initially thought it was going to be. It feels like it's something else, but maybe equally as good.